You can be surrounded by a million people in a city that never stops moving and still feel entirely invisible. For years, we are taught that being alone is a failure. We treat loneliness like an illness, a void that needs to be filled with noise, with distractions, with anyone who will look our way. But what if the pain of loneliness isn't a signal that something is missing? What if it's an invitation to finally meet yourself? When we strip away the external validation, the ego panics. That panic is what we call loneliness. But if you can sit in that fire, if you can walk deep enough into the woods without running back to the noise, the perspective shifts. You cross the threshold from loneliness into solitude. Carl Jung taught us that individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are, requires us to pull back our projections from the world and sit alone in the dark. This is the superpower of solitude. When you no longer need the crowd to tell you who you are, you become untouchable. Alan Watts said, "You are an aperture through which the universe is looking at and exploring itself." When you are truly alone, you realize you are never actually alone. The silence stops being empty and becomes full. You are no longer an isolated fragment. You are deeply connected to the earth, the trees, and the infinite space between the stars. Loneliness is the cage. Solitude is the key. Once you learn how to be alone, truly alone, without fear, you walk back into the world with a quiet, unshakable strength. Your peace is no longer dependent on anyone else. You become the quiet center of your own universe. Have you found power in your own solitude? Share your journey in the comments. I'm Matt, and this is Visionary Voyages. Stay curious.